I'm Andy Jenkinson, caravan industry expert. Welcome to my channel. That I just wanted to do this little video on this caravan that's obviously seen better days, but it's just sad how these things happen and how caravans can be just left to drop to pieces. Some of our heritage, caravan heritage, just going. Anyway, I'm going to take you a tour around the van. Well, there's a chap here who's helping tidy this up. It's been an old chap's garden. And it's a usual thing, he became a bit of a recluse apparently, and I've just been having a bit of a kind of crouch down with the big thick trees, as you can see. Now what this caravan is, I don't really know. I'd have to have a look when I get back. I mean, this is literally a mile or two from where I live. I can remember this caravan in the early 80s actually, being in this garden, but never really plucked up the courage to come and have a look because the guy who had it, I think, was slightly eccentric, as you can see. I mean, the house, literally, that's what the house looks like, and it's in a pretty bad way, but it's been all renovated apparently. This was all some of the rubbish that was in there, but anyway. Let's get back onto this, and he's been built some sort of a lean-to onto this caravan. There's all sorts of things in here. Kids' footballs that have come over from this other side, and they've never come and got them again because literally you get lost in here. I think when it was all overgrown, it has been cleared a bit. But anyway, look at this. So the back end, there's no road lights on it at all, so I think this would be classed as a living van. Now I'm just having a look in here, and it's full of stuff of all sorts of descriptions. There's old radios from the 50s, an old telly, an old radio here on the right hand side, and another football that's lodged on the top there that obviously had been over many years ago and the kids never got back. But the story is that this caravan was actually loaded into this garden back in about 1977. I was talking to the next door neighbour, and as a kid he can remember this happening, and he said they took it over the front garden wall on planks. That must have been, and apparently all the street turned out to watch it. I love finding bits of snippets like that of information. That just adds to it. Now I know this looks a complete wreck, and let's face it, it is a complete wreck. But and I don't even know, there's nothing to say what make it is or anything. As I say, I think it's either late 50s or early 60s. I can't really find anything much more about it. It's long since gone. It's gone beyond any sort of saving, obviously. Even the aluminium's corroded. But it's been under these massive big poplar trees, which will have done it no good over the years. Look at all this, it's all, gosh. Oh, I've got to be so careful, it's so bad round here, it's so muddy, etc. Now, I used to do a lot of this years ago when there was more caravans to see in gardens and stuff, and I've been into some really tight corners and situations with looking at old vans, because I used to write this series in Caravan Life called Classic Caravans in the 90s. That's how I started off 30 years ago. And I remember coming to do things like this in undergrowth and things, but it's just a shame that it's gone the way it has. Probably it's been like this now for the last 10-15 years by the look of things. The guy just literally used it to store stuff, and he was a bit of a radio ham apparently, and there's all bits of electric circuitry in the radios, old tellies. It's yeah, but from what I can gather, it looks like the front end was definitely the kitchen area and the washroom at the front corner, and this would be sort of like a lounge area, but I don't know what van it is. I've only been here in 1977 to look at it. Now, I remember seeing this caravan for years because my then girlfriend, who became my wife eventually in the early 80s, I remember this caravan being in this garden, but never really having the courage really to come, because it looked at the time like the guy that had it, apparently was very eccentric, and he could have been the sort of guy that answered the door with a gun, maybe, I don't know. But I was just talking to his neighbour, and apparently he never went out during the day, it was at night. And I jokingly said, well, did he hang from the ceiling during the day? But well, I've just been talking to two guys who've come to clear it really eventually this next couple of days. So yeah, it's a bit of caravan history. It's gone. It's a shame. These things happen. As I say, it would have been a living van. And these guys said I couldn't have got round here at one time a few weeks ago, because this was literally all overgrown. So I do understand that. But look at this. He was just telling me, actually, they just found a newspaper in there. It said 1978. So according to the guy next door, this would be probably 12 months after the van was delivered. And as I say, it came apparently through over this wall. And he's just said that's probably why the wall's leaning very badly on that side, which it is at the front there. So, but I like a bit of this. It's just a bit of mystery and a bit of history and stuff. And I just do like coming and doing this sort of thing. I know some guys, yeah, I'm not testing the latest model, but look at all this insulation coming out there. Look. Oh, yeah, look at that. It's been like lagging round the pipes. Yeah. That's all inside. Gosh, you gotta be so careful, because it is potentially hazardous walking around here. Right, well, I'm going to cut this video off now, and if you watched it, well, I've sort of enjoyed it. I just like doing these things, as I say. Look, some of the original upholstery left it. I'm not even going to touch it. It looks, but look at it, it's still there. So this must have been down in the area. I say there's insulation in that roof, so it must be about late 50s, very early 60s. There's a gas lamp, excuse me, up there as well. I'm glad I came, because as I say, in a couple of days this will be gone, and that'll be it. It'll be completely eradicated, full stop. There's no road lights on the back even. There's been no sign of any road lights, so it would have been a living van on a site. And to think people have been using this, and this was brand new at one time, and yeah, the aluminium's corroded, look, and what a shame. It's got one little look around the back here. Oh god, it is so. See the guys there at the front there moving stuff. Apparently the skip guys have delivered the skip at the wrong entrance. They want to do it this way, so I'm just going to have a quick look in here again. Oh, that must be the newspaper that he's found. Food for thought, September 1978, Evening Gazette, which is our local paper. Yeah. The newspaper has survived. Look at that. Gosh. I love look at these. Sam Taylor there, that place is still going. Vicarage Lane and Martin. There was any caravan adverts in there. Just looking at this paper, I found the caravan section, and we've got an advert here for Stuart Longton Caravans, which is still going. Preston Camping Centre, Dixon Bait Towing Equipment, Brown and Mallew. They were, I think they were a British Lane dealership. I think you can just see that on the. Probably a bit too close, I'm not sure, sorry about this. And it's on about fitting Dixon Bait tow bars and caravan levelers. That's incredible. I didn't know they would have sold things like that. Towing brackets, the Rolls Royce of towing brackets. Yeah. Gosh, that's an old Blackpool paper. I'll stick that back. Anyway, gonna end the video, and I say hope you've just enjoyed this little tiny trip. If I can find out what it is later on at some stage, I will do, but there's absolutely nothing on here at all to say what it is, and that was not unusual in that day, in that period of time. They would do that sort of thing. Caravan manufacturers then, there was lots of them around. It could have been a small manufacturer produced something like 20 or 30 vans and then fell into, well, in liquidation. This caravan, unfortunately, is long gone. I say I will try and find the make of it at some stage, but as I say, it gets cleared any day now, and there's very little left of it, which is rather a shame. There's layers and layers of paintwork on it. I think the guy, as I say, he was very eccentric, and the amount of tins of paint he must have used on this must have been absolutely quite something. And apparently, in his old garage, which is asbestos, he had one of the first Datsuns to come into the UK, which were now Nissan. And that was taken away some years ago, actually, by a car restorer. And in there now is actually an old Putch cycle in there, which again, bikes now from the 70s, push bikes, are now classed as classics. We do like nostalgia, there's no doubt about it, and I'm one of them, and there's plenty of people out there do. But anyway, from a rather crumbling caravan, here on a bright day just outside of Thornton, Cleveland, I shall bid you farewell, and please keep liking, please keep watching the channel, and also please leave any comments, even about this poor old girl that's sadly lost its fight to survive the years. But anyway, see you soon.